Well, here is my review of the Sideshow General Custer, General George Armstrong Custer. The box, again, is typical of the Brothers of Arms Sideshow figures. It's really cool. In fact, I think the figure looks better in the box than it does when you take it out. And the pictures are better. If you look at the picture on the back, he's got this really blue uniform. It looks sharp. Probably the prototype, picture of the prototype, has some history on it, as it typically does. On the inside flap, you get the history again, and what was the context or contents, everything that was in the box itself. They're all listed right there for you. Let's look at some of the pieces. You get extra hands so that he can hold things without a glove on, which he can hold with the glove, but this is to give it a different look, I guess. Typical, same binoculars that came with General Grant, same binoculars with the case. I'm assuming this is a cartridge pouch. I haven't checked to see where it goes on or how it fits on the belt yet. To be honest with you, I was a little disappointed in the belt itself, but I'll share some of that with you in just a minute. You get two pistols. I guess these are the Navy Colts. If I can get it to focus right there for you. Try to get it to focus. This one is white handled, and it has some tooling, I guess, to make the pistol look sharper and much nicer, a fancier pistol. And then you get the regular one, which I guess is for everyday use. It's just the standard issue, I guess. They're both nice looking. One, of course, is white, and the other one is brown. Comes with it with the hat. On the picture, the gold is painted. I don't know whether the gold wore off or whether it was never painted. I don't really know. This one is a little bit more floppy. It's not as hard as Grant's, which I like this one a little bit better. Then he comes with the Saber, which is pretty nice. I mean, it's a nice Saber. It looks and feels like a Civil War Saber would feel. Has that look and feel. I mean, it's not. I have a full size one, so it's not like the full size one because mine's metal. But this one does look real close to a real one. So they did a good job with the one for the 1/6. And here is the figure, Custer. The head sculpt, I think it's good. It looks a lot like Custer. He has long hair. Probably could have been a little bit more yellow, in my opinion. The coat is not blue. It's more of a gray. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. He's wearing the blue pants, but he's got kind of a grayish coat. I don't really like that. I much would have rather it had all been blue. And it feels like it's made out of, inferior material. I don't know. I felt some different material. My cavalry uniforms, the material on them are just fantastic compared to this. And of course, he has the gloves that can be taken off. He has the standard cavalry boots with the spurs, line down the side, a place for the saber. But again, I don't know where the pouch goes. Not sure about that. Might go on that little loop there. I don't know. This was broken when I took it out of the package. It was evidently hot glued onto the uniform, and it's just snapped off. So it's broken. When I tried to adjust the belt, it broke right here, which I'll have to hot glue that back together. The belt itself is made out of that plastic and pleather. I really don't like the pleather belts. My cavalry belts are much better than these, or this style. He's posable. I mean, he is posable. Much more than your typical figure. You can put him in different poses. And he will stand. That's one of the things I like about figures, is if they'll stand by themselves. If they won't stand by themselves, you just have to go with the stands. I don't mind the stands, but it is a little different. Here is my other Custer. You may have already seen him in some of the other. I think I might have did a video for him. He has the same shirt, which I think maybe this shirt was put on him, because I think this is a Custer that was pieced together. He's got a much better belt, which I don't think he would have wore that kind of a belt, but he does have it is better quality wise. His pants are good. The boots not so well. They're okay, but they're not as good as the Sideshow boots. He's wearing the same gloves, I believe, as Custer is wearing here, or they're very, very similar. Whether they're the same or not, I don't really know. They do look a little different side by side, so maybe they're not the same, but they're very similar. Maybe were made by the same company. I don't know. Here's Custer with the hat on. We'll have him here. We'll just sit him here and stand him here, and just let you see him with his hat on. It looks good. Like I said, the gold is gone off the hat, so maybe I'll take some paintbrush and paint that gold back on at a later time. I like the figure. I probably would give it maybe an 8. It's not a 10. I thought Sideshow really hit it out of the park, but I guess like everything, nothing's perfect. It's a nice figure. It's better than your normal standard average figure, but what they were paying for these back in the day, I don't know if I would have wanted to pay that. I'm glad I got it for the price I got it for, because there's a couple of things I've got to fix and a couple of things I'm not happy with. I do think his head sculpt looks more like Custer than this one does. Although I like, his hair a little better, but I think he's a little bit too red. Maybe in the painting, he was a little too red. And again, his hair is more red than it is yellow. But you could fix that, if you wanted to paint it. I think I'm going to have a lot of fun with them. That's really what it's all about, is having fun. If you have fun with your figures, if you enjoy them, if you can sit back at the end of the day and say, wow, that's cool, I like that. That's really what it's all about. So even though it might have some things that I'm not too happy about, or I would have liked them to be a little different, all in all, I really like the figure, and I'm glad I got it. Hopefully you'll see some of my posts later on with these figures, maybe together. I don't know if I'll put them together, but maybe together. Custer's brother looked similar to him, so maybe I might put a little scene together where Custer and his brother are in the same scene. I don't know. One thing I learned when I studied Custer, and I don't know if it's true or not, everything's controversial. You know how things are with history. But I heard that on the day of Custer's last stand, or the Battle of the Little Bighorn, or whatever you want to call it, that Custer wasn't wearing his buckskins. His brother was. I don't know if that's true, but I've heard that. It'd be interesting to be able to prove one way or another conclusively whether he did wear the buckskin that day or not. If you were looking for your enemy and you knew he wore buckskin and then he didn't wear it that day, you might go after the wrong guy. So I don't know. All of this is interesting. It is to me anyway. I love history. I like studying it. I like reading about it. And having these historical figures also adds a little extra to the hobby. So I hope you enjoyed my little review. You can post any comments, questions, send me a message, whatever. If you didn't like it, say that too. But anyway, until next time, I hope you have a good day and happy collecting.